This is the Kindy Rockstars Podcast, Season 6. Bringing you incredibly talented singers, artists, creators, and producers in the genre of children's music. I'm your host, Patrick Adams. Each episode will feature songs, album features, or video features, and great stories from the artists themselves. Kindy Rockstars Season 6 is proud to be supported and sponsored by Waldmania Public Relations, serving the family entertainment community for over 20 years, and Debbie Derryberry Kids. Debbie Derryberry, one of Hollywood's most active and sought-after voiceover artists, is best known for voicing Jimmy Neutron in the Academy Award-nominated film Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Draculaura in Monster High. A lifetime musician and songwriter, Debbie has written and recorded 4 award-winning preschool music albums. Her song Baby Banana hit #1 on Sirius XM Kid. Her song, written with Grammy-winning artist Lisa Loeb, called The Compost Bin, has won a Napa Award. Her latest album, Gotta Go Green, also a Napa winner, is all about giving kids tangible ways to save the earth through recycling, composting, reducing carbon footprint, and more. Her YouTube channel, Debbie Derryberry Kids, combines her love of cartoons and music with delightful animated videos of her songs. Children listen as well as watch, so a visual component is so important. Kindy Rockstars thanks you so much for your support, and now, on with the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kindy Rockstars, and I am happy to have back on the show Dustin from DinoCats. Now, Dustin was on the show a couple years ago. If you go back to Season 4, Episode 42, he was actually on under the name Koobee. But to hear his story, you go back and listen to that episode. And we'll certainly, we talked about DinoCats. I remember that because I loved that name. But this episode here, we're going to feature a song by DinoCats. But before we get into that, Dustin, what have you been up to since the last time we talked?
Well, thanks so much for having me back, Patrick. It was fun being on your show a couple years back, and a lot has happened since then. Like you said, I was operating under the name Koobee Kids a couple years ago, and years before that, I had had an indie rock band called DinoCats, and I realized that that is the perfect name for my kids' music project that's been going on. So rebranded, put everything out under the DinoCats label now, which feels really great for me. I'm a lover of dinosaurs. I'm a lover of cats. Let's put them together. Let's have some fun.
As pretty much is your entire audience of kids.
Yeah.
Let's say we were chatting before the show about how that name alone just probably strikes a chord with a large percentage of kids, dinosaurs and cats.
Yeah. And in the last couple years, I've teamed up with a amazing saxophone and clarinet player, Anessa. And she's actually just got on a plane yesterday to fly to the UK to play Glastonbury Festival and some other events there.
Awesome.
And so we are a duo, the DinoCats duo. And the big news from this year is that we played a couple elementary schools in Vancouver, or actually in British Columbia, the province of Canada where I live. And that was amazing. Our biggest audience was 450 kids in a double gymnasium, and we were having tons of fun. They were having tons of fun. There's a BC province government program called Art Starts that helps match up artists with schools and bring them together. So we were part of that program this year, our first year in the program, and it's been a lot of fun. And now I'm working to record and release a bunch of the music that we created this year.
Very cool. I was about to say, is I know we're going to feature a song today, but is that like a precursor to an upcoming album?
Yeah, so the song we're gonna feature today called Never Give Up is you could call it the first single that I put out this year, and then there's 4 more in various states of production, and then a bunch more in my head or live. It takes time to turn them from idea, even from being able to play a song live. to have it recorded and produced. It takes a lot of energy. So
Yeah.
I'm just moving them through the pipeline one by one. And it's interesting now. There's like we talk about albums because that's how I think we all grew up consuming music in a form of an album and an album.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of working on singles, like
Yeah.
one at a time. And then once I put out enough, maybe we'll package it together and call it an album.
Yeah. No, you're not the only one. There's an argument to be made about, putting a whole bunch of songs out there at once versus putting a song out there that you can spotlight and then not long after that putting another one out. So you kind of more um, being more frequent with new material rather
When the
than
media landscape is so different. I mean, we have people putting out new things 3 times a day
yeah,
on TikTok these days.
it's short attention span out there. And you strike and then strike again. So I don't ever rule out kind of moving to that format myself.
Mm.
I kind of my albums are all conceptual to date, so I love packaging a group of songs that you know make it a cohesive thing. But then again, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so that's what it was. Even the
Hmm.
90s. So that would take a um, sort of a change in just overall outlook. But if that's where the landscape goes, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
So talk about the song, Never Give Up. Tell us about
Never
this.
give up. It's got a great catchy chorus. Never give up, never give up, never, ever, 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 ever give up. And great story behind the song, actually, where it came from. So my son, he's 6 years old now. He was probably 4 when the song first started to be made. And my son is super active, energetic, physical boy. And so I was like, we got to channel this. I got to help channel this. Let's explore the different martial arts schools in our area. And so we went and we were tested out this jujitsu studio and tested out a karate place and tested out a taekwondo place. And they seem to all offer one free class. Come and try us out.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And I really liked this taekwondo studio. And not only were they teaching kids about like punches and kicks and knife hand attacks, they were also talking a lot about listening and self-discipline and perseverance, different skills to round out a human being. And one of the things they were talking a lot about was perseverance. And they're like, what does perseverance mean, kids? It means you never give up. Even when it's hard, even if it's challenging, like stay at it, never give up. And that phrase, never give up, it stuck with my family.
Mhm.
And actually, even the next day after that class, my son was trying to open the zipper on his backpack. And when the zipper, it's kind of they can get sticky. It's like it's not always easy. And he was like, "Oh, I can't get this zipper, Dad." And I said to him, "Son, never give up."
Love it.
And he heard it and he was like, "Okay." And then he kept working at that zipper and he got it. So I was like, wow, there's a power in this phrase, never give up.
Hmm.
And then that was the origin of how it became like a worm in my head. And then the song came out of that, never give up chorus. And then I wrote some verses to go along with the journey that we all go through, starting from youngsters that don't know anything, that haven't learned the skills. And then if we persevere, if we keep going, we become fully functioning humans that can do lots, can open zippers almost every time. I'm sure there's
Hmm.
still times when I'm wrestling with a zipper and I'm like, this thing, it's not working. But you learn to back it off and then retry. And
Yeah.
sometimes you learn you gotta replace the thing.
It's
Uh,
funny that you mentioned the karate school because we were actually looking into that for our soon to be 6-year-old daughter, who absolutely loves school and is missing it during the summer vacation. So
Wow.
she's super active, just constant motion. So we were thinking of doing that, and you're right. They offer like one free class, and I guess that's to just let you know, hey, this is either going to work for you or it's not. Here's your chance to find out. So that's cool. I think that's motivating me a bit more to get her over to the one that's kind of close by to our house. She watched the end of Cobra Kai with us, so she was totally into the last few episodes of it. Um, so I think that also kind of got her interested.
Yeah, well, that's amazing that she loves school. That's great to hear. We're coming into summer break now. Next week is last week of school here, and I think my son's really looking forward to summer break,
Yeah.
having a
Well,
break from school.
my daughter's in kindergarten, so of course they had a blast in kindergarten. So
Mm,
what she gets into first, second, third, fourth grade, well,
yeah.
we'll see if that attitude remains.
My son is in kindergarten as well, just finishing that up.
Do you get the whole kindergarten graduation stuff up there?
We did it
Yep.
this week, a couple days ago. Yeah, a little song routine, little dance routine,
Yep.
shaking the hands, wearing their little they made the flat caps out of black construction paper. Super cute.
Very cool. Yeah, they did a bunch of production numbers, basically taking popular songs like Apata and Shake It Off and kind of transforming it into a celebration of graduating kindergarten. So it was adorable.
Nice. I work at a after school program on Sundays as well, and it's a good friend of mine that runs the program, and she featured my song "Never Give Up" in their end of year performance, which was pretty funny because they had all made these like clay puppets during the year, and so we worked out pretty last minute, but we worked out a show where the puppets are doing the story of the Never Give Up song, the first half of it.
Very cool. All right, we're gonna play that song now. Here it is, "Never Give Up" by DinoCats.
Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Way back when I was young, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even walk or talk. We all start from scratch. Our skills need time to hatch. There's so much room for us to grow. Never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Never give up, boy. Never give up, girl. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Slowly but surely I learned everything. Now I bike mountains and swim across that big long pool. Perseverance got me here. Courage through the fear. Now I know I can do anything. As long as I never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Never give up. No, never give up. No, never, ever, 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 ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. try again. If you wanna climb tall trees, try again. If you fall and hurt your knees, try again. If you want extra speed, try again. Try again. Try again. Try again. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up.
And that was Never Give Up. All right, Dustin, let everybody know where can they stream, purchase, download that song, and how can they find and connect with you and DinoCats?
Well, the song is out there on Spotify, Apple Music, also Bandcamp, and SoundCloud. So trying to put it on all the platforms. The name is DinoCats, and the website is dinocats.org. Big organization that we have. And yeah, I just did a new version of the website, changing the colors around, the font, and links to a bunch of our music is on there. And same, we got the Instagram, we got the TikTok. I'm not posting on there 3 times a day, unfortunately, but there's some fun stuff coming out uh, from the Dino Cats.
Very cool. Yeah, what is the next big thing coming up for the DinoCats?
The next big thing, our song "We Grow Our Own Food" is almost finished. It's in the mixing stage, and that's a song about growing raspberries in the front yard and zucchinis in the backyard. I think it's important to be connected to the earth and the land and to understand where food comes from, both for adults and for kids. So I'm a lover of the earth and gardening, so looking forward to that song coming out hopefully in July. And then we have a song called Stop Being Mean that is in development. Actually, we played that at one of the school gigs, and then the next week, this girl from the school was telling me all the girls were singing it in the playground. So
Nice.
that was like so good to hear. And another song, "The Best Is Yet to Come,"
Hmm.
in development, which is I think especially for young kids who have like this big long life ahead of them. But then also for you and me, I love this belief that we're still active, we're still
Yep,
producing. The best is yet to come.
absolutely.
Yeah, so a bunch of new songs in development. I'm hoping to get them released in time for September next school year. And we loved doing the school shows last school year, so hoping to do more of those.
Alrighty. Very good. Well, Dustin, thank you for coming back on the show. All the best with DinoCats. Again, can't tell you how much I love the name. If you ever find your way down to Vegas, let us know. We'll definitely come see you. Or if my daughter's actually going to school up in Vancouver, so if I go up there and visit, we'll
Oh, wow.
definitely have to hook up. And thank you again.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Talk to you soon.